Hey world! It's ban list discussion time! With yours, truly. That's right. We get to talk about ban Firewall! What? Oh, that's the sound of Konami employees not being in the office. Lovely. I love deaf ears. Let's move into this discussion, shall we? We're here to talk about the terrible bonfire that is going to be the August/September ban list. I'm gonna be honest with you, I've been growing my opinion very slowly here to kind of formulate things. So we're gonna just go straight into my predictions and bans. Numero uno, I think we're gonna just outright ban Gookie Suprex. Now, here's the thing. When I was looking at a lot of the possible things to ban in the current game, Suprex come across to me as one. It's a combo starter that allows you to special summon from the hand, which often can be very dangerous for a lot of archetypes. And the only way that you're going to be able to calm down the amount of searching that Gokies are generating, you can't limit the shit to one. You have to outright ban it. If you look at the way that the OCG has structured their Goki variants and things like that, you'll definitely see a lot of just straight one of Goki decks just playing things. Now, things like Malicious definitely fuel into the deck, which is absolutely fine. But I think if you're going to do anything to the deck, just outright ban Suprex and start there. I think it's a wonderful start. I think a lot of people might disagree with me on this one, which is fine by me. But typically, when Konami goes for the kill with a lot of these decks, it's very unfortunate, but there are a lot of extra casualties that kind of come with it. So I think if one Goki monster is going to suffer the wrath of Konami, it is 100% going to be Suprex, just because of what it is, it being a very large body, having extra access, and also having the ability to search things. Like, if there's ever been a card that is going to just be casually hit, it's probably going to be him. So that's the first one. The only other hit on this list that we're going to do is Nightmare Goblin. Now, the reason why things like Seraph Knight never really kind of died on the fire was because you had to play shittier cards to get access to them. Nightmare Goblin, I have a very strange feeling, is going to get banned because, one, co-link protection is pretty fucking dumb. In addition to that normal summon, honestly, it's going to be the normal summon that gets that card fucking outright banned. Now, let's be real here for a second. Just hear me out here. When you look at just the advantage that Goblin makes being an extra deck card that you don't have to commit main deck resources to, and it's generic, what were you expecting? Like, hello, random people outside my car, did you guys, what were you thinking? Like, why do you think something like this would be okay? I think the discard commitment that it makes, even in random ass decks like Spirals, it's too damn good for what it is. Now, I know it's going to hurt a lot of people by saying this. You can't just outright limit it to one, because it doesn't do it justice. You have to do something about the Nightmare engine, and I think the card that you go after is Goblin. You leave the rest of the extra deck resources as extra deck resources, but you need to do something about Goblin, because Goblin is a troublesome card. Now, once again, killing Suprex, killing Goblin should be enough, but under the Konami mentality of we got to hit multiple things, there are still plenty of things. And then honorable mention for the ban pile is going to be Cannon Soldier. To be absolutely honest with ourselves here, Cannon Soldier is one of those cards that has OTKs, but we're not on the level of OTKs that the OCG has been. We don't really have that niche going about it to kill these things. So, though Cannon Soldier seems like one of the Witch Hunt cards that we might get on this list, I don't think we're going to touch Tomb Cannon Soldier or even Cannon Soldier at this point. So, my 2 cents on that. Now, going to one, baby. Goki Rematch. Even though this card is restricted to 1 through its own effect, I have a very, very weird feeling that in the collateral damage of hitting this, They're like, well, you can search this card, so why do we want you to have the means of doing this on turn 2? Why do we want you to have, later game presence with this? Based on that logic alone, I think I could see Konami honestly doing something to rematch, just because 1, it's searchable, 2, it doesn't matter if it's once per turn, because their mindset will be once. That's it. That's all you have the ability to apply this game. That's all I'm going to let you apply this game. So hear me out. I know it's a rough stretch of the imagination hitting rematch there, but I think it's a fine call in the long run. Just more things that I see Konami actually doing, strangely enough, there. And then another one is like an honorable mention here, is Junk Forward. Now, if you look at every Goki deck, they've all got the same thing in common. Level 3 Special Summon itself gives you the ability to feed further into Invoker. Will they limit it to 1? I mean, I don't... Marauding Captain does the exact same thing. The only difference is you can Impermanence the Marauding Captain. You can't Impermanence the Junk Forward. It's just a combo starter. It seems like something Konami would do in the grand scheme of things, but is it correct? I don't think so, but I'm sure he's definitely on the we're looking at this card pile. Now, the next one is Reincarnation / Light Stage. Now, I've heard multiple opinions back and forth on both of these. Should we do something to either of these cards? I've heard opinions on both. Now, I think Reincarnation should be the one to go, but multiple people think that Light Stage is actually the one that should pay the ultimate price here. Either or, I don't really give a fuck. Limit one of these assholes so we can move on along with our day. I don't really mind if the Trickstar player can search for more Trickstar cards. Like, let them have Light Stage for, Kadena search another Light Stage. Like, I don't really care about that. The thing I care about is, if you limit Light Stage, Kadena can still search for more copies of Reincarnation. No fun allowed. Like, I don't fucking know. I really fucking hate that card. Just get Reincarnation out of my fucking game and I'll feel way better about my life. Let's just be real here. So there's that. Next up, I've talked about this one 100 times over. I think Drones needs to go to 1. I can't really have much more of a discussion on this. I know a lot of people want Engage to go to 2. From what we've seen from what the deck is doing in Japan right now, I don't think at any capacity here that we really even just hit Drones, let the deck calm down, let the deck kind of go to the wayside. I think we'll be fine. Outside of that, I think just a little peck on the cheeks, force the deck to evolve. Hitting its consistency generator does hurt a lot more than I think a lot of people understand. It's kind of something of note there. Also moving to 1 on my list, I've heard your prayers. Scapegoat. Here's the thing that makes these formats horrible. Scapegoats, end-phase scapegoats, link, set scapegoats, end-phase scapegoats. You guys, you think that shit's fucking funny? We just get rid of this right now, alright? Like, cards that push 4 defense monsters onto the field that allow you to use them as fodder for the next turn seems incredibly fair and balanced. Am I right? Or am I right? Like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe scapegoats should not be limited. Who knows? But what I will tell you is scapegoats needs something done to it, and the sooner the better, because just what it does to the game is crazy. And then the last one on this list, I'm gonna call out Altergeist Siliguidos. Now, if we've looked at the OCG as of late, we've kind of noticed one big trend right now. Altergeist is doing a lot. And I'm sure that the TCG will look at some of the OCG results and kind of just take note of what's going on. And when you look at these formats, you look at Altergeist, you're like, oh, Grammel-esque bounce effects that have means to be special summon. Now, I'm going to hear somebody be like, well, why don't you just hit multi-faker? No, I don't really care if you special summon other guys. Your deck can still do what it wants to do. If we go after Siliguidos, I take care of the 1 copy, you know, I'm happy. Most decks are playing 2. It's just kind of a soft hit. The deck's kind of not doing anything. It's just kind of Konami's invisible hand to do its thing. And then the last real thing I'm going to mention in this video is a lot of people want Ash Blossom to go to 2. And I disagree with Ash Blossom moving, because the reason I think Ash Blossom moved in the OCG was a counter to Max C. You know, they don't want people to be able to counter the mass drawing, basically the counter to the counter. You eliminate that aspect from the game, you have the means to kind of do its thing. So by eliminating Ash Blossom, the biggest counter to Max C, the OCG loves that card, as opposed to the TCG, where, you know, we have to hard draw Ash to even stop anything. So having 3 Ash Blossom here is fine, because we don't want to hinder it not being a resource. Honestly, hitting some of our hand traps might be detrimental. Maybe Drone Lockbird to do, but it's just my 2 cents. So once again, just a fun little ban list discussion video. Kind of widening my horizons here. Format's not as bad as we think it is, but just my 2 cents. So guys, please leave a comment down below. You think my list is accurate? You think my list is shit? Please, I encourage a discussion. And that's all I got, guys. Deuce Reno's.
The ride never ends, guys. Make sure you enable those notifications to get the latest videos that are being posted on this channel. Make sure you guys check out VanCole40 for my Cardfight Vanguard channel. And join me and House of Champions on the Zodiac Duelist TV Twitch stream. We'll be interacting with our audiences. And please check out No Limit Gaming and LGTCG.com for the cheapest trading cards on the market. Thanks for watching, guys, and please have a good day.